Hey, squad, how are you doing out there? Okay, so even when your wildest dreams come true, your mind can still get in the way, right? So today is about staying ahead of it. We're going to stay ahead of it. And staying ahead of it starts with getting your reps in. So you know what time it is. It's time to dance. Let's dance. Let's dance. Good morning, everybody. I'm your host, Sheryl, Raphael, Whitaker. It starts with Joy Live. A year ago, I would have said this was impossible. So here we are together. Leadership doesn't have to be cold to be confident. That was beautiful. Joy isn't a nice feeling. It's your operating system. If I delegate, am I still necessary? That's the real fear underneath the control.
I'm a protective strategist, not a deceiver. I'm calling my union rep.
That's Beatrice. That's my inner elephant. She's the joy killer who lives in all of us.
The squad is the jury, love, and they're ready for the truth.
That's Atlas. He's the voice of grounded possibilities.
We aren't building a life for their applause anymore. We're building it for freedom.
Thank you, Zola, for showing up. Left-hand corner, QR code. We'll bring you to It Starts With Joy.live. We started an origin campaign here at Mornings in the Lab Network, posting about the place that made us. My producers, my mentor, Keith, to my crew on the Eden Anthony side, my husband, Blaine. Hi, Ingrid. Welcome back, Susie. Oh, thanks, Mildred. This week, just name it. Audit your decisions. Every Wednesday morning squad. Fear loss, joy won. It's time. Let's dance. It starts with... It's time. Let's dance. Let's dance. Hey, already got folks in the chat. Good morning, Susie, my love, and my other love. Hey, babe. Good morning there, sweetie. Thanks for being here. Thanks to everybody who's here. All right. Good morning, squad. Good morning. This is episode 29. And that means that we are opening up a brand new cycle today. It's cycle 8, which means we're starting all over again in our Joy Shift method with Joy Aware. And that means that, hey, we're not talking about fixing anything. It's about finally looking straight at that thing you've been half ignoring. So guess what? Oh, it is 29. I know, Susie, right? Can you believe it? All right. So it is just me today. It is just me and Beatrice, who is never far. Atlas and Zola are holding the room. And you, whether you're watching us live or you are watching us on replay, it is us. So thank you so much for being here. Episode 29. Angela, hey girl, how you doing? Women in Automotive. And hi Mo, good morning there, my friend. Good morning. All right, the gang's here. We're gonna start. Let's go. Good morning, Beatrice, Atlas, and Zola, girl. Let's go.
Nobody else in the chair to soften it?
Great. If this gets uncomfortable, Sheryl gets the whole spotlight and nowhere to hide.
Hey, steady now.
Beatrice, we'll fix it. I brought the kit.
That's the risk, B. With nobody else in the chair, every crack feels exposed.
I know, Atlas.
Cracks aren't the scandal. Acting polished while you're quietly coming apart, that's the part we need to talk about.
Let's do this.
So we're showing the cracks now?
We're showing the work.
Sheryl, tell him what Beatrice said.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the cracks are showing. And wait, I see someone else out there. What's up, Ing? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so yeah, it is just me. And as you can see, Beatrice is having a fit about it, but that's okay. We've got this, right? We've done this before. So let me tell you, Beatrice had something new to say to me this week. And it's not her usual noise. This one had teeth. She said to me, Sheryl, you're doing all this work. Most of it you've never done before. And you've got everyone thinking that you have it all together. And maybe in some ways, girl, you do. But this better work. Because if it doesn't, you're the one who has to go find those boats you burned and put them back together, leaky and wet, and swim your happy ass back to shore in front of everyone who watched you walk off the dock and light the match. Yeah, that's what she was saying to me this week. So some of you already know what that means because I told you before about the burning. I think that was episode 22, maybe. 35 years in corporate, an identity built entirely around a title. And then a November night where I wrote everything down, right, standing there between me and myself and figuring out, hey, on purpose, burning the stuff that I need to let go of, including that old identity with people I love standing next to me to get it done. So when Beatrice brings up the boats, she is not being poetic. She knows exactly what she's threatening. She's saying, I might have to go dig the old me back out of the ashes and become her again in front of everyone who watched me let her go. Woo! I can feel tears stinging in my eyes right now as I'm thinking about this. And oh, yeah, Beatrice. Hey, Jen. She is so creative. Still I rise, no sweat. Thank you, Mo. Thank you. So I gotta tell you, that's not a fear of failing quietly. That's a fear of failing really, really loudly after telling the whole world I already had it all figured out. And so I see this, and I'm being really vulnerable right now, sharing this with you. I don't even know I don't talk about this much, about that part of Beatrice that gets really, really mean sometimes, and and it could hurt, but I got to shut her up. But I do also see this in almost every leader that I coach, and it gets worse. This is the thing. The higher you climb, it gets worse. It doesn't get better. Okay. The story we tell is that success eventually earns you the right to be honest about the struggle. But the truth is the opposite. Think about it. The more visible you get, the more expensive it becomes to let anyone see the crack. And in addition to that, there's so much more to lose. So people, leaders, doesn't matter if you're talking about in corporate or in your life, leaders, we learn to hide it very well, and we get good at it, like really good at it, good enough that a real problem can sit there for a year, 2 years, whatever, 3, 4, 5, quietly getting worse because saying it out loud early felt like admitting you weren't who everyone thought you were. So a crack caught early is cheap. A crack hidden that long isn't a crack anymore by the time anyone sees it. It's like a major, major gash. So I think what nobody really tells you about doing the work is that it doesn't graduate you out of needing it. I wrote a best-selling book about joy winning. I built this show that we're all on about fear losing. And then Beatrice, this girl, she still shows up with the exact line, dressed up like concern, sounding almost reasonable. And I used to think that meant the work hasn't taken yet. You know what I mean? Like I still have more to do. And look, we all have work to do. But what I want you to understand is that the work, it took. I just forgot that this isn't the kind of thing you do once. It's the kind of thing you train, right? So nobody who lifts a weight once calls themselves strong. I was just talking to my sister Sheryl last night. You guys have all met her. She's been a guest on the show. She's also a personal trainer, and she was talking to me about lifting and blah, blah, blah. And it's true. You don't get to stop showing up just because you showed up yesterday. That's what this actually is. It's a rep, right? It's a rep. Beatrice says her line, I catch it, I decide who's driving, me. Then she says it again next week, or maybe even later today in a different outfit, and I do the rep again. That's not the practice. That's not practice failing. That's practice existing. That's actually doing it. Thanks, babe. Thank you. And good morning, Jonathan and Paul, Dr. Paul Hopkins. Oh my God. A blast from my past. That's awesome that you're here, my friend. Good to see you. Okay, so I want you to understand something, though, because I do talk about fear as being the F word, right? But I want you to understand that fear isn't the only villain. It's not either. I've had enough guests on this show to know that's not the whole truth. Fear can move you. It can get you up early, get the hard conversation had, get the thing finally started. It can really, really move you. That same fear, though, if it's left unchecked, will just as easily move you right away from yourself. Same voice, 2 completely different outcomes. And the only thing that decides which one you get is whether you did the rep or you skipped it. So we're working out today. We're working out. And that's actually why the tagline is what it is. Fear lost, joy won. It's not a medal won once, and then you get to keep it in a drawer somewhere or getting dusty on the shelf. It's a score line after every single rep. Some weeks it's a landslide. And then, other times it's just like, whew, it's all the way uphill. So this week for me, it was a little closer than I want to admit. And I still had to show up for it anyway. So thanks guys for being with me in the chat. We're going to keep going. I hope you're feeling me.
So after all that honesty, we're doing more reps?
Yeah.
Does joy come with a rest day, or is burnout part of the program?
Relax, Beatrice. We're just getting started. Rest counts, B. The point isn't constant effort. It's catching what returns you to yourself before pressure takes over.
Sometimes that's choosing quiet. Sometimes it's dancing badly. Sometimes it's a room full of dogs who missed the memo about personal space.
Finally, a training plan I can support.
Sheryl, show us today's JoyBeats.
Oh, wow. Okay. Team Mildred, Melissa, you guys are really outdoing yourself. Beatrice and Atlas and Zola working out. I just absolutely love it. Love it. Great job, guys. Great job. Oh, so good. Okay. So I love the JoyBeats. And you guys know I'm like a broken record around this place. If you find something that brings you joy in the traditional sense of the word, send it to me. Otherwise, you're going to have to continue to watch all the things that bring me joy every week. I'm constantly on Instagram, constantly on LinkedIn, looking for cool stuff. And so continue to send them in. And Susie, you sent me a couple of things this week that I'm going to throw into next week. So thank you. I'm calling you out there for helping me out there. All right. First JoyBeat. You guys know I love these fuzzy critters here, the calmings. This is for everyone who's ever canceled plans and felt like a whole new person because of it. So let's go ahead and show this one.
After 30, A. 7 a.m. hike tomorrow? B. Can you help me move? C. Sunday dinner at 7? D. Let's go to 2 places.
D. Going to 2 places sounds exhausting.
Correct answer, all 4.
So how do humans socialize?
They cancel plans and send each other reels.
That is how we socialize these days. We cancel plans. I don't really like to cancel plans. And this clip is so funny because it says, what text ruins a weekend for humans after 30? But I got to tell you, when I was in my 30s and my 40s even, actually even into my 50s, I was still ready to go. But now that I'm 60 and just kind of like, I have to really think about it. And it's not because, actually, when I'm honest with myself, it's not because of my age. It's because of all the things that I'm doing right now that are keeping me really, really busy. And I'm just trying to manage my time. But Dwayne will tell you our calendar is always full of what he calls social stuff because we're both extroverts and we love our friends and we love our family and we love being out there. But I just thought that one was really, really cute. I thought that was cute. Jen, you're saying so true. Yeah, sometimes you just want to stay home and scroll, right? All right. This one. Okay, this dude, I'll tell you about him after you watch. But this dancing dad is just pure joy. Just watch this teacher. Watch this teacher. He's cool. Oops, hopefully he's going to play. Maybe not. How are we doing? Hey, if we're having problems with that one team, we can go to the next one. Let's see what comes up. Oh, Mildred got kicked out. Oh, no. Okay, let me see if I can play it. Hold on. All right, guys, this is really funny because I don't usually do this. Let me see if I can figure out how to play it. Hold on. Boom. Oh, bummer. Okay, I can't get to it. I can't get to it. All right. Oh man. Well, maybe by the time Mildred comes back in, hey, this is what happens when we are live, right? So when we are live, we just roll. So Mildred, oh, here we go. Okay, she's back in. Okay, good. Let's go. Let's see if we can put the volume on.
Then call your people. I'll call your mama. I'll call your mama. I'll call your mama. Yes, I'll call your mama. I'll call your mama. See, I will call your mama.
I just love it. Okay, so this dad, oh man, I should have put down his name, but we'll make sure that you guys get the link to Instagram. This guy, he is just a dad, and one day he decided to show a video on Instagram of him dancing. And we go back to the comments so I can see you guys, of him dancing with his kid, and it went completely viral. And now he dances all the time. He's even danced with Shakira. Okay, so we are, I mean, have a lot of conversations with everybody about social media and the good and the bad and all that kind of stuff. And I think there's a lot to say on both sides. But as far as this JoyBeat goes, congratulations to this dancing dad, because he is way cool and he is making a name for himself out there. And I hope he's collecting some cash while he's doing that too. All right, so let's see if we can get to the third JoyBeat. Are we going to make it work? This one is coming from Facebook, so I don't know. We may have to keep moving. Let's see. Good? No? All right, Melissa, don't worry about it. We won't play it. Well, we'll save that last JoyBeat for next time. For next time, we will. But again, it's a reminder, keep those beats coming. And when we're not having tech issues, we play them. But that's what it is about being live. So keep them coming. All right, let's go to the next transition there, Melissa. Let's bring out our ladies, Beatrice and Zola. And
Interesting. Cancel plans, dance in public, let dogs invade your personal space. Apparently, Joy has terrible boundaries. Or honest ones. Everyone in those clips stopped performing what the moment was supposed to be and responded to what was actually there.
That's awareness, B. Before you choose differently, you have to catch the script telling you what you should be doing.
So JoyBeats were homework in disguise?
A practice. Sheryl, walk us through this week's Joy Shift.
Fantastic.
okay, and it's like, wow, it feels so weird because normally we'd have a guest in between, right? So this one's going really, really fast today, but that is okay because we got things to do today. All right, squad. Every new cycle starts here with Joy Wear, as we know. So a quick reminder for anyone who might be new in the room, the Joy Shift method has 4 steps. Joy Wear, which is a noticing, where fear is coming in and taking over, and that's where we are right now. Joy Embrace is the decision where you stop explaining away what you've already seen clearly and you hold it to yourself. Joy Committed is where that decision becomes binding no matter what, because you are making a promise to yourself. And Joy in Motion is where you start to live it daily, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but you're doing it on repeat, getting those reps in. 4 weeks, 1 arc, and we do this every single cycle. So this week's invitation is Joy Wear. Specifically, given everything we sat with today, get aware of fear's actual line. Not fear in general, but a literal sentence it uses on you. And for those of us who have been doing this work now week after week for 29 episodes, I'm hoping that you're actually keeping track. I'm actually thinking about putting together some sort of workbook for the Joy Shift that's going to help all of us to follow along and see how far you're going. But for this week, there are 3 steps, and I want you to do all 3 of them in this week. So the first step is to catch the sentence. The next time that old pull-up shows up, urgency, dread, the pressure to prove something, Beatrice, or whatever it is for you, that all the words that, just stop and write it down. The actual words it used on you. And I actually did that. Those words that I shared during my monologue, Those were real words that I wrote down in my journal. So I know I wanted to be specific, and I wanted to be able to share that with you. So make sure that you're not writing down like just vague stuff. Like be really, really specific so that it feels real. So the literal sentence, like you're writing like an actual transcript for it or actual script for it. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second step, name who's driving. Read it back and ask yourself honestly, is this fear trying to move me forward or move me right out of myself? Both are real. Both are really real. They're both real. They need different responses though, and you can't pick the right one until you know which one you're facing. And then the last one, you know what it is right? Decide out loud, even if it's just to yourself. Say the choice in your words. Like, I hear you and I'm choosing to act anyway. You guys know I have on my laptop that sticker that says, do it anyway, girl. Or maybe I hear you and I'm not letting you drive today. Either one counts. The goal isn't getting it right every single time. The goal is that fear no longer operates in silence. So you push it out there, right? That's joy aware. You're aware of what's going on, because when you're aware, then you can actually do something about it. And I say this all the time too. You guys know that the sentence is going to come back. And that isn't the practice failing. That's the practice working. This isn't a one-time win. It's a rep. So you do it, fear comes back, you do it again, and you're not struggling, you're actually training. Every single rep is getting you stronger at catching it faster than the last time. Let's keep going.
So we're writing down my exact words, naming who's driving, and answering me out loud. This feels more like surveillance.
It's not surveillance, B.
Yeah.
It's accountability.
Yeah.
Fear gains control when its instructions sound so familiar, nobody questions who's speaking.
And once fear sounds normal, people stop noticing the cost. Their body pays, their voice gets quieter, their choices get smaller.
You're making this sound expensive. It is. Sheryl, show us what happens when fear runs the show.
Yeah, it can be expensive, but I do think that the expensive piece really is a matter of, it can be expensive to you if we don't do the work. We don't do the work. So I'm going to show you an example of this. A few of you have asked to see this. So today's the day. I just got this back from Women in Automotive this week. And one of my buddies, Angela, from, oh my goodness, that I met there in Austin. I'm so happy that you're here today, Angela. Okay, so this is a clip from a talk I gave at Women in Automotive. You guys have heard me talk about it. And in this clip, I talk about the grind and the hustle I use to wear fear like a badge of honor, which looking back, it was just fear running the whole show. And then it goes quickly to a clip about Janet, who you guys already know who she is. But for those of you who don't, that's a boss who made me question whether I even belonged in the room. So watch what it took to finally get Beatrice quiet enough for me to do something about it. And if you're liking it, I will be sure to share more along the way. And
on this journey
Milton
of mine,
okay, guys.
Where I found myself constantly driving, constantly performing, bigger teams, bigger roles, bigger boardrooms, more pressure. I found myself looking for the next promotion, the next role, the next title, just driving myself, grinding myself right into the ground. And sometimes those wins would come. And when they did, I was good for how long? A minute, maybe a month. And then I was right back on the hamster wheel again and again, trying to chase the next, the next, the next. And then one day I said to myself, Sheryl, there's got to be something fundamentally broken inside of you. Why do I keep chasing? I was like, no, nothing wrong with me. There's a word, and this is the word, it's an F word. Let me see if you can guess it. Fear. Fear is a huge motivator. And the weird thing about fear is that it actually does produce stuff. Keeps you driving, keeps getting results. But after a while, even though we dress it up with fancy names, ultimately, it's keeping us from ourselves. I am not being dramatic. More painful than the divorce from my first husband. More painful than losing my dad. Picture this, right? You're talking about someone who would hop onto a call or walk into a room and the temperature just drops. It gets cooler. People start to shrink. No one has anything they really want to say. She could bulldoze a room. 2 seconds. Sheryl, don't say your opinion. Sheryl, just creep to the back. Wait, what are you doing? What are you saying? Shut up. Shut up. And it was really, really hard. So during this time, I had Janet, rah, rah, rah. And then I had Beatrice, the inside. And one day, I just lost it. I broke. A colleague of mine, who was also one of my good friends, he also reported to Janet. We were in New York City, in the office building, and he just grabbed me because I was literally losing it. He pulls me into his office, sits me down, and he looks at me and says, Sheryl, I love you. I love you. But you have to do something. Like, this is ridiculous. Enough is enough. This woman is going to put you in a wheelchair. So he said, you're going to have to talk to somebody. And when he said you're going to have to talk to somebody, I knew what he meant. When he said, you've got to talk to somebody, I knew I had to go and see her boss. And so I did that very same day. And I remember standing in front of his office door, just waiting to go in. But Beatrice, this girl, she was mad. She was stomping around in my brain like nobody's business. Sheryl, she is going to find out. And when she finds out, you're going to lose everything that you worked for. Your people, the bonus, all the projects you're doing, your title, everything. Wait, no, she's going to fire you. Oh, wait, no, she's not going to fire you. She's going to let you stay, and then she's going to make you wish she had fired you. And I stood there in front of that door, and I have to tell you, I took that first step in, not because I was brave. I took that step in to her boss's office because I was running out of myself. I was running out of myself. And what I mean is, I was in corporate for years and I was a badass. Okay? And now I was a shell of the leader that I used to be. And I let this woman do this to me. And I had people counting on me, not just my team, but my family at home. And so I knew that if I didn't take care of myself, I wouldn't be able to take care of them. So I silenced Beatrice just enough that I can just push myself into that office and meet with her boss. And we had that conversation. And guess what? It worked.
It did. It absolutely worked. You guys know, if you've read the book or seen or been here hanging out with me, you know what ended up happening as a result of that. And I will share, if you enjoyed seeing, those are like about several different clips that I maybe not so masterfully put together into one to be able to share with you. But if you're interested, I will absolutely share more of those along the way as that talk and other talks that I do relate to our conversation. So we are about to shine a light and almost ready to wrap this thing up. Thanks for watching. Let's keep going.
Watching fear run the show is one thing. Catching it in my own decisions feels aggressively personal.
That discomfort is useful, B. It means you can finally see the choice fear was making for you.
And after naming what holds people back, we should notice the people helping others move forward.
Sheryl, take it from here. Who are we shining a light on today?
Okay, we are shining a light, squad. So before we close today, this one is personal, and it is just like it's really, really full. So today we are shining a light on my friend Maureen Martin. And I just love that picture of her. She is just the best. Maureen Martin, she is the Vice President of Strategic Alliances at Dynatron, which is a fixed operations company that's been in the automobile industry for, she's been in this industry for almost 30 years, but Dynatron's been helping dealerships run stronger service departments. And Maureen herself, she's been in this business, as I mentioned before, for a very long time, over 30 years, since Ford Motor Company in 1986, which she still, as she said, she still bleeds blue. So she remembers NAMAD. I think I might have told you guys about this, but I was at the National Association of Minority Automobile Dealership Conference last week, and it was huge. There were like over 1,500 people there. It was an absolutely crazy and amazing event, but she was there when it was just like a small room, and she watched that room become a conference of over 1,000 people, and she's been in it, showing up for them the whole way. So I met her, as you guys can tell, because I've been talking about this. That Women in Automotive conference in Austin was really life-changing for me. But I met her at that conference, and when I spoke, she was in the room, and afterwards, this woman I just met, looked at me, and she said, "We are going to be friends." Actually, she said, "We're going to be besties." And that's someday. She's like, right now. And she really, really meant it, because the next thing I know, she's sponsoring me as Dynatron's guest at the NAMAD conference in Miami. And she's walking me around that room herself, introducing me to every single person that she knew. And she said, I thought she was like the mayor there, okay? But she was introducing me to everyone as if I belonged there. And then we just danced. We just danced everywhere we went, all week long. I met her husband, Jeff. And let me tell you, Jeff and I also closed out that dance floor. I think there was a picture of us there dancing, but we danced our way through that entire conference. And I have never laughed that hard or felt that at home somewhere I'd never been before. It was like the strangest thing in a beautiful way. Her whole team wrapped me up in it too. James, Ryan, Christian, thank all of you for making me feel like family from the very first minute. And the whole NAMAD family, honestly, Perry Watson and Pam Walk included, they opened their arms in the same way. And the Women of WOCAN, which stands for the Women of Color Automotive Network, went to their luncheon where you see me in bright yellow. I know, because I'm barely ever in color. Right there we are in yellow. That room was huge. There's about 200 women in there. They had a luncheon. And again, another amazing room of incredible women. So Maureen, if you're watching this, I love you, girl. Genuinely love you. You saw me, you supported me out loud, and then we danced the whole way through the whole thing. And that was not networking. That was not even hospitality. That was just love. And I felt every single solitary bit of it. Got to give a shout out to Veronica Dunford and Beth Mack as well, and just everyone, Uma, Dev Reddy, everyone who supported this incredible experience that I had, giving me exposure to an industry, the automotive industry, that I know nothing about, and I've been learning really, really fast. And just, I don't know, in this day and age of, there are people out there who are so closed off, it feels really, really good to know that there is still joy in so many rooms. So thank you so much. Love you automotive for sure. Okay, squad, that was episode 29. We are done. Cycle 8, Joy Ware. We're opening it up with a brand new cycle, and thank you for hanging out with me, going solo today. I see you guys are still out there watching. I really, really appreciate it. And look, just like Joy Ware, things are not always tidy, right? We had some issues. We will always have that happen because we are live. But we're showing up anyway, and we're doing the work, and that is amazing. Competence doesn't buy you out of fear. It just means you get good at running that practice, right? So we are practicing the show. We're practicing our reps. We're getting it all in life. So your joy shift this week, get your reps in. That's it. That's the whole practice. Many thanks to my team,
I love you guys, Melissa and Mildred and everyone out there. Oh, thanks, B. Thank you. Great show. You were so supportive. And thanks, Susie. Happy Wednesday to you. Don't forget, there's a QR code. I always get it wrong on which side of the screen it's on for you, but find us on It Starts With Joy.live. Don't forget, I'm part of the Mornings in the Lab network, and there are so many incredible shows out there. So big hugs to the whole MITL team. And don't forget, fear lost, joy won. Let's keep dancing. I love you so much. Mwah. See you next week.
I did my reps, exposed my feelings, and moved furniture. I'm clocking out before somebody assigns personal growth overtime.
For once, B, clock out. Recovery is part of the training too, as long as you're resting, not hiding.
Let her rest, Atlas. She spent a whole episode being specific. That's exhausting when your entire brand is vague panic.
Finally, a woman who understands me. Until next time, Joy Squad, keep dancing.
This place is amazing.
I know, right? Look at Beatrice go.
I did my reps, exposed my feelings, and moved furniture. I'm clocking out before somebody assigns personal growth overtime.
For once, B, clock out. Recovery is part of the training too, as long as you're resting, not hiding.
Let her rest, Atlas. She spent a whole episode being specific. That's exhausting when your entire brand is vague panic.
Finally, a woman who understands me. Until next time, Joy Squad, keep dancing.
This place is amazing.
I know, right? Look at Beatrice go.